So the back to school season is going to be very different this year, with distance learning being an integral part of all forms of education. Whether you are a student yourself, maybe you're a teacher or a parent who's looking over students, this is going to be a big deal. We're all going to be spending more time in front of computer screens, looking at lectures, or looking at a tablet, or doing some sort of homework, or studying on a digital device. And that can lead to a lot of eye problems. So in this video, I want to share just a few tips. Here are my 3 eye health distance learning tips for students, parents, and teachers. Let's take a look. Hello and welcome, this is Dr. Alan here from the Dr. Eye Health Show, helping you learn all about the eyes, vision, and finding the best vision products. If you're new here to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any of my future education or tips. With that being said, let's dive right into it. My first tip is because all of us are going to be spending so much more time in front of a digital screen, whether it's a laptop, a computer, a desktop screen, maybe you're on a tablet or some sort of a Kindle or something like that. Still, our eyes are going to be focused on a device just in front of our faces, and with that comes eye strain. And with this increased eye strain, you can feel a pressure between the eyes, it becomes hard to focus, your vision can kind of fade in and out, and it can even lead to tension headaches. So best thing everybody should be doing is to try to take frequent breaks. Most eye doctors will in fact quote what is called the 20-20-20 rule, which stands for that every 20 minutes of some sort of near activity, you should take a 20-second break looking 20 feet away. Now, I think that this is a fantastic rule of thumb. However, I personally find it a little difficult to follow all of the time. I mean, especially if you're listening to a lecture or something like that, that you don't have control over to be like, I'm gonna stop and take a break. It's a little tough to follow. I suppose you could set a timer on your phone, and if you already do that, that's amazing for you. You're awesome. But I think it's a little bit more realistic that everybody could at least spend 5 minutes an hour. If you're listening to a lecture, once it's done, get up, leave your seat, give yourself a break. And I don't mean to just leave the computer screen and then flip open your phone and look at Instagram for 10 minutes. Unless, of course, you're checking out my Instagram, then go ahead and click that follow button, shameless plug. But no, in all seriousness, you need to give your eyes and your mind a break. So leave the computer screen, go over to an open window, look outside, stretch a little bit, get a drink of water, use the restroom, something that'll give your eyes a break. And that'll even give you a mental break, because it's just better to reset your mind and kind of regain focus on the next task at hand. Trust me, this will help you a lot. Tip number 2 is to be aware of how much blue light you are being exposed to. All of our digital devices these days have a lot of blue light being emitted from them, so much that different developers like Mac and PC developers, Microsoft Windows, they recognize that blue light is a problem, and they've developed free apps in their software that'll shift the blue light emittance to a lot lower. It kind of makes the screen look kind of a dim yellow and potentially even orange look to it. It's not everybody's favorite, but it is at least probably the easiest way to start dimming your blue light exposure. Otherwise, exposure to blue light has been found to affect our sleep cycles. It suppresses melatonin, your sleep hormone. And if you're getting a lot of blue light exposure throughout the day, particularly in the later evenings, then your melatonin may be suppressed and you're probably not going to get as good a sleep that night. And sleep is super important for developing memories, which is essential for learning. Outside of the blue light and night modes for tablets, your phone or computer, again, not everybody's a huge fan of them because they don't like how their screen looks a little bit yellow, and I totally get that, especially if you're an artist like myself or if you're editing a video, you want the colors to look just right. As an alternative, there are many styles of blue light protecting glasses out there. There are ones that are super dark yellow if you want those and you want the most blue light protection you can get. They have ones kind of in the medium range that are just a hint of yellow, and then there's ones that are even virtually completely clear, like the ones I'm wearing on right now. And because all of us are spending so much time in front of computer screens these days, the company Jins from Jins Eyewear, who's sponsoring this video, is giving out free upgrades from regular just clear lenses to their blue light protecting Jins screen lenses. And if you're interested in even more blue light protection, Jins also offers a Jins Screen Plus and a Jins Screen Night, which have increased amount of blue light protection. If you do want to check out Jins Eyewear yourself, use the promo code EyeHealth15 to receive an extra $15 at checkout. Now my third tip for you has to do with the eyes getting red and irritated. A big thing that people don't think about is that when we're staring at a computer screen, our blink rate drops dramatically. Just in normal conversation, you blink around 20 times a minute. But when you're staring at a computer screen or digital device, we stare so intensely focused that our blink rate drops to only about 4 to 5 times a minute. That's pretty significant. In fact, because you're not blinking as much, your tears evaporate, and that leads to dry, irritated eyes. And because they're dry and irritated, that causes an inflammatory cycle, and that causes your blood vessels on the eye to dilate, making your eyes look more red. So a few things that you can do to help relieve this dryness and irritated feeling is to, of course, one, try to remember to blink more often. And if you do need to take a break, make sure to blink your eyes 100%. Some people like myself, we're incomplete blinkers. That means my eyelids don't completely close 100% of the way when I'm blinking. So I have to remember to pretty much completely blink a few times. In addition, if you need to, keep a bottle of artificial tears handy just next to your desk. That way, if your eyes are feeling really dry and you need to use that extra little bit of help, you can just put a single drop of lubrication into both eyes. But these dry eye feelings on the computer is pretty common, so if you're even noticing these yourself, let me know in the comment section if you're using eye drops or doing anything else to help relieve or soothe your dry, irritated eyes. But I can tell you that this whole blink rate issue has a much larger implication for the development of dry eye disease. And that's because we're not blinking as much. That means the oil glands on the eyelid, which secrete and release an oil to prevent your tears from evaporating, those oil glands work every time you blink. And if you're not blinking, those oils become compacted and they don't release. And that can further lead to a form of evaporative dry eye disease. And all eye doctors and dry eye specialists are recognizing more and more people developing dry eye disease, not just in their older years, but also younger students, people in college and even into high school are developing this type of dry eye. So for that reason, I do encourage you, if your eyes are red, irritated, and becoming a problem, make sure to talk to your local eye care professional right away to be seen for some form of dry eye assessment. I do hope you found this video helpful. If you yourself are having dry eyes and want to know more about what type of eye drops that I would recommend that you could try out, I do have a video going over some of my favorite ones up over here, and you can click or tap the screen to check those out. Or if you just want to learn a little bit more about eye strain and ways to set up your computer screen to be more ergonomic, then you can check out this video I have over here. Thanks again for watching. Hope you found this helpful. Keep an eye on it, and we'll talk to you soon.